Hi, everyone. This is Gigi Sabat, and you're listening to the Walk With Me podcast. My guest today is Sharla Shults, and she's an author and an amazing mother. Welcome to the show, Sharla.
Thank you so much, Gigi. It is an honor to be here with you, and I thank you for this opportunity.
Absolutely. Such an honor to have you back on the show, I should say. Such an honor. Now, Sharla, catch us up to speed with where you are today.
Oh, there is so much happening. I have been traveling. I visited the state of Montana, Wyoming, and New York, and Vegas. There's so much that's going on. I'm preparing for a talk in New York in October. I have been accepted for a TEDx talk, and that talk is going to be in Billings, Montana, also in October. And then, as far as Vegas, I was the wing woman for my daughter, who was a speaker at the Business Network International Conference. So being there with her was a tremendous honor. And then yesterday, I submitted my manuscript for my first volume of 6 for my children's book. And my children's book is titled Buzzin', and it is connecting a child with nature. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot that's happening in my life right now. And I'm enjoying every moment of it, going through a lot of training and getting myself, prepared to be ready for the stage.
I love it. And congratulations, Sharla. That's absolutely amazing.
Well, I thank you for that, because this is just so out of the ordinary for my life, because my being an educator and my background being mathematics, I had not envisioned that my life being, I guess, the good Lord putting on me for my ventures to be outside of the educational classroom. I've pretty much been in that for decades, and I retired from that semi. I still work with teachers throughout the state of Florida, and I enjoy my education work, but this is such a new venture for me. And I am just taking it on with full force and just listening to my spirit and moving forward in the way that I'm guided to do so.
I love it. And speaking of teachers, what message do you have for teachers and professors who believe that they can only teach, or may believe that they can only teach within the classroom?
Oh my gosh, there's so much outside of the classroom. The four walls of the classroom sometimes are confining. I felt that way when I was in the classroom, and I know our kids sometimes feel that way. So, anytime that we ourselves as educators can step out of the classroom, the experiences and journeys that we have, we can bring those back into the classroom and share that with our students. That not only advances our knowledge and understanding, but it also helps our children and gives them a manner in which they know they can also step outside and feel comfortable in going into new adventures and seeking out their own true nature and purpose.
I love it. Now, why does nature mean so much to you, Charla?
When I grew up outdoors basically. And part of my TED Talk is tackling the nature deficit in a digital society because of the technology in the 21st century. So many of us now face ourselves with, excuse me, our faces glued to a screen, and the same way with our children. And we don't get outside as much. And when I reflect back on my childhood and the ventures that I had, that formed my life. It formed who I am and gave me the opportunity to understand how the interconnectedness of nature and the human body are so well formed, because we gather harmony and rhythm from nature, and we pull the energies from nature into our body, and without nature we cannot survive. So I am a huge proponent of us getting off our butts, so to speak, and stepping outside into the nature world. And it's so easy to do and comes with a very inexpensive price tag.
I
So,
love it.
yeah.
And you're also a poet. What message do you have for an individual who is working on a poem, but they may feel stuck right now, Sharla?
I gather my inspiration and my rejuvenation from nature. And there are times when I feel I get stuck and I don't feel like that the spirit inside of me is giving me the words that I need to put on paper. And I find myself trying to find the words. So I might do some research or I might just ponder, trying to figure out what am I supposed to say. And that's a totally wrong way to approach it. I've learned now that when that happens, that's the time I give my mind rest. I get up from the computer, I get up from my writing, and I'll either go in and sit down in my chair and just relax and ease my mind and go into some silent meditation, or I'll open the door and I'll just step outside. And when I step outside and I breathe the fresh air, I may take a walk, a 2 to 3 minute walk, clear my mind, not think about anything, just look at nature, look at the sky, and express gratitude for everything that's around me. And when I express that gratitude, when I come back inside and then I feel like, okay, let's sit down and let's see what comes. And it may come and it may not, but I just accept it because I know that the time will be there when that spirit will move me to put onto paper what I need to put onto that paper. Yeah. And I had an
Very
interesting
powerful.
thing to happen
Now,
today.
Sharla, what gives you the most?
Let me share something really interesting that happened today. Because I was doing a picture came up of my daughter and my son-in-law, and it prompted me to write a blog post on happiness. And I was searching for the words, and I couldn't seem to find what words I wanted. So I went onto the internet and I was typing in some questions and kind of, searching for some thoughts and some ideas. And I picked up a few things and I came back, and I started writing. Well, the strangest thing happened. I
Wow.
lost it. It just disappeared. I had spent about I don't know, maybe 30, 40 minutes on it, and all of a sudden it disappeared. And I said, well, let me go back. I know it's on Facebook. And instead of a blog post, I was working on Facebook. I said, I know it's there, but I never could find it. So I stopped. And the reason I couldn't find it was because too much of it was not my words. It just wasn't. It wasn't coming from my heart. I was trying to search and look for the right thing to say instead of just letting the words come that should come. And
And did they,
that's advice that I would give to any writer.
I love
Yeah.
it. Now, did the words eventually come, or you still don't
Not
have?
today. Not today. I just set it aside and decided, okay, I will do that tomorrow or I will do it the next day. It just wasn't meant to be today.
It wasn't meant to be today. And it's a very
Mm-mm.
powerful reminder to remain still.
Yes. Yes, and listen to your body, listen to your heart, listen, at every chance you can. And I think you and I have talked about this before because listening is such an important factor in our lives and even in nature. When I step outside, I listen. I listen to the sounds around me. And excuse me, and I usually pick up on some sounds that I had not heard before or sounds that I hear on a regular basis. And I just enjoy listening because I don't have to be concerned about saying anything back, answering any questions, or wondering, what to say because there's nothing to say. You just listen.
Listen, very important. Now, Charlotte, we did have a lag earlier. Tell us a little bit more about what gives you joy.
My joy, my utmost joy comes from two things. One is my cat because my cat just turned 16 years old. So having her with me for 16 years, and she gives me so much joy every day. And just the little things that she does, and just being with her, the comfort of having her close to me, even at night or during the day. Those are such joyful moments. And then the second one is, of course, my writing. I get extreme joy from my writing. And anytime I have the opportunity to write and I have inspiration to put something either on social media or on my blog, when I finish it, I just sit back and I just smile and I say thank you, because I get so much enjoyment out of what I write and presenting it to others to help them in some way to better their day. Because that's why I do it. It's not for me. It's to give it to someone else, to other people to read and for them to gather the joy.
That's very true. Now, Sharla, do you have any last words for the audience?
Uh well, my words to them would be, I'm going to repeat gratitude, that every day you wake up in the morning, just be thankful for the day that you have. Stretch, recognize your body. You may wake up and just be as sore as you possibly can because you wrestled with a bear all night long. But take your hands and massage your legs, massage your feet, and say, okay, legs, okay, feet. This may be a temporary moment of pain, but we have a lot of work today, and let's do it together. And you just let your body know that you love your body, you're excited to be in your body, and that you're thankful for everything about your body that's in good working order. Because we have a lot to be blessed for. Yes.
Love your body. Very powerful statement. Now, Charlotte, where can the audience find you?
You can reach me by email. It's SHULTS 55 at gmail.com, which means that's my first initial and my last name, 55 at gmail. I also have Poetry by Sharla at gmail.com. And then, of course, my website is catnipoflife.info. And there you can find information about my poetic writings and how you can become connected to Mother Nature to refresh, renew, and rejuvenate your body.
Thank you, Charlotte, and thank you for being a guest on the Walk With Me podcast. God bless you and be safe.
And thank you so much, Gigi, for this time. And the blessings are back to you, my dear.
Amen. Received.
Thank you.